As I say before, Joe, this is not about this. You know about this life.
We've been thinking about the man with the slowest hands in heavyweight boxing, about how it all went wrong for Joyce and why it's not going to get any better in Moscow next weekend. Let's get into it. Now aged 40, Joyce enjoyed a glittering amateur career, winning silver at the 2016 Olympics, losing in the final to Tony Yoka, who was headlining the IBA Pro show in Moscow, where Joyce will face Artem Suslenkov. More on him later. Joyce turned pro in 2017, knocking out his first 9 opponents, including legitimate fringe world-level guys in Bermain Stavern and Alexander Ustinov. He beat Brian Jennings and Michael Wallish, and the clamour for bigger and better opponents grew. In late 2020, he was booked to fight fast-rising British heavyweight destroyer Daniel Dubois. At the time, this was a really tantalising matchup. Both men had looked flawless in their careers to this point. Dubois was younger, faster, more explosive. Joyce offered experience, endurance and conditioning, not to mention an unshakable chin. Joyce's jab became the talking point of the fight. He methodically targeted Dubois' eyes and nose throughout the bout. It wasn't particularly stylish or awe-inspiring, just a big, solid guy, boxing smart and pecking away with the jab. Eventually Dubois took a knee and did not get back up, his badly swollen face bearing the hallmarks of an orbital bone fracture. Dubois came in for heavy criticism, dismissed as a quitter, and this narrative dominated the post-fight talk. Joyce's rise continued with victories over Christian Hammer and Carlos Takam to set up an interim world title fight against Joseph Parker. In a compelling and close bout, Joyce was up on all 3 cards when he knocked Parker out in the 11th. Joyce was 15-0 with 14 knockouts. Talk at the time was a unification fight against Usyk or Fury being within his grasp. Joyce and his management team put their big brains together and decided a stay busy fight was in order, and they selected 24 1-1 Chinese bruiser Zhilei Zhang, a former Olympian coming off a loss to Filip Hrgovic. Zhang possessed great power but questionable fitness. Joyce's endurance and chin were a thing of legend at this stage, and few were openly picking Zhang. Within 6 rounds, Joyce's unification dreams were over. The fight stopped due to a badly swollen eye. All credit to the heart of the Juggernaut, he called for an immediate rematch, vowing to set the record straight. This time it took Zhang just 3 rounds against Joyce, who suddenly looked older and slower than ever. After Zhang, Joyce put in 2 really hard-to-watch performances, first against Cash Ali and then Derek Chisora, even getting knocked down by War Chisora in the late rounds on his way to a UD loss. Joyce's heart and desire remained undimmed, and he jumped at the opportunity to face Filip Hrgovic, who subsequently battered him for 10 rounds, another loss for Joyce. And that's where we are now. Joyce is 40 with a 16-4 record, about to travel to Moscow to face undefeated Artem Suslenkov. Suslenkov is 30 years of age, 14-0 with 9 knockouts. He won the World Military Games in 2019 before turning professional. He has been developed smartly, with his record including a few familiar fringe world-level names. Guys like Christian Hammer, 27 wins and a former world title challenger, easily beaten by Suslenkov. Agron Smikici, the Croat you might have seen in with Bakadir Jalilov recently, and who also had Agit Kabayel genuinely hurt in a European title fight. He retired after 5 rounds against Suslenkov. Most recently, Suslenkov took on fringe world-level gatekeeper Artur Mann, triumphing via 3rd round technical knockout. In April 2024 in Tashkent, Suslenkov went on a side quest to that special place on BoxRec, an IBA Pro bout. He outboxed Michael Hunter over 8 rounds, the same Hunter who went 12 rounds with Povetkin for a world title. Suslenkov has never fought on a British, American or Saudi card. He has built his record in Serpukhov, Grozny and Tashkent, and he's become a damn good boxer. He has a high pressure go forward style, closes distance effectively and uses extended combinations to score attritive damage. Suslenkov is very adept at hitting and holding. He will repeatedly jab into range, unload his combination, and then lay on his opponent or tie them up, forcing the ref to reset the action. Suslenkov will not sit off Joyce looking for one big shot. He will take the fight to the Juggernaut, likely with the friendly local ref permitting his hitting and holding game. And in front of a Moscow crowd with Russian judges, expect Suslenkov to be given a decision if the fight goes the distance and is even remotely close. Joyce will need to get back to his knockout hunting roots. And that makes his coaching change for this bout particularly interesting. He is working with SugarHill Steward. Tyson Fury, Vladimir Klitschko, Lennox Lewis are just a few of the heavyweights that reinvented themselves in the cronk. But no coach can turn back the hands of time. Joyce has many miles on the clock, probably too many years representing Team GB on that relentless amateur competition circuit grind, too many gym wars. The bell is tolled on Joyce's physical gifts. He was never tremendously agile, nor blessed with great hand speed. However, now he is lumbering and punches as if he were underwater. And so he goes to Moscow, away soil, an unbeaten opponent. Suslenkov is younger, fresher, hungrier, on home soil, biggest card of his life. This is the biggest moment of his boxing career. Suslenkov is the reigning WBA Continental Champion, so he will be watching the main event between Yoka and Gassiev for the WBA regular title with added interest. Many great warriors have fallen on the road to Russia. Roy Jones Jr., James Toney, Kevin Johnson. Will Joe Joyce be one of them? Or do you think the Juggernaut has something left to give? Can he follow his old foe Derek Chisora and enjoy an unexpected Indian summer, a few more great nights? And what of Artem Suslenkov? Can he beat Joyce and announce himself to the boxing world? Stay safe, know when you've had enough, and just retire.